Hey y'all, it's me Trish. I am the witch of the Dismal Swamp. How the hell's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. This is something I wanted to read something out of this book for y'all. I found interesting. Now everybody I know has heard of Llewellyn. Okay, where you buy your books and cards, tarot cards and all that. Well, he's in this book, okay? And I just wanted to give you a little biography on him right quick. It says, Carl Wescheke was born September 10, 1930 in St. Paul, Minnesota. He attended St. Paul Academy, graduating in 1948. He went on to Babson College in Massachusetts, where he received a BS in Business Administration in 1951. Although he then joined the family pharmaceutical business, he soon felt himself drawn towards the publishing industry and dreamed of becoming a publisher himself. Despite being born into a Roman Catholic family, Wescheke developed an interest in metaphysics, perhaps encouraged by the fact that his paternal grandfather was a vice president of the American Theosophical Society. Both his father and his grandfather believed in reincarnation. Over the years, Wescheke investigated a wide variety of metaphysical subjects, and he studied with the, I can't tell you what that name is, Rosicrucian order and the Society of the Inner Light. He did practice research in astrology, ceremonial magic, Kabbalah, shamanism, Tantra, and Taoism. Active in the civil rights and civil liberties movements in the 1950s and 60s. Wescheke held office on the boards of the NAACP and the ACLU of Minnesota, playing a major role in bringing about fair housing legislation in St. Paul. In later years, he became Grand Master of Aurum Solis, an international magical order founded in Great Britain in 1897. However, he withdrew from that order in 1991. In the 1950s, Wescheke entered the University of Minnesota to pursue a doctorate in philosophy. His drive to become a publisher led him to leave before completing his degree. In 1960, he purchased Llewellyn Publications, an old astrological publishing company founded in 1901 by Llewellyn George, author of A to Z Horoscope. I gotta switch my page, y'all. And here is Carl Llewellyn Wescheke. That's what he looks like. Maker, astrology, let's see, maker and delineator. Practical Astrology for Everybody, The Astrologer's Searchlight, and a number of other books and bulletins. Started in Portland, Oregon, the company moved to Los Angeles, where it operated mainly as a mail order company until George's death in 1954. Wescheke purchased the company 6 years later and moved to St. Paul. Okay. He immediately broadened the scope of the company with a complete line of astrological and occult books. In 1964, he purchased one of the old stone mansions on Summit Avenue in St. Paul to serve as his home and the home of the new Llewellyn Publications. It turned out that the house was haunted, and Wescheke had a number of ghostly encounters there over the years. Within a decade, Llewellyn Publications was publishing a healthy list of titles, and by the late 1980s was issuing 30 to 50 books a year, together with audio, later videotapes, and computer software. The company was also launched The company also launched a series of successful magazines: New Dimensions, Gnostica, Astrology Now, Minutescope, New Times, and New Worlds. More recently, it took over publications of the venerable Fate magazine. In 1970, Wescheke opened the Gnostica bookstore together with the Gnostica School of Self-Development in Minneapolis. The following year, he hosted the first American Aquarian Festival of Astrology and the Occult Sciences, later known simply as Gnosticon. The festival grew into a successful series and drew some of the better-known names in witchcraft and Wicca, magic, astrology, and paganism. In 1972, Wescheke was himself initiated into the American Celtic tradition of Wicca, going on to become the high priest and elder in that tradition. Around this time, Wescheke met Sandra Hegum, a priestess in the American Celtic tradition, and they were handfasted at a full moon in 1972. In the fall of the following year, Wescheke helped organize the Council of American Witches, becoming its first chairman. He prides himself on having drafted the 13 Principles of Belief statement, which has gone on to become one of the cornerstones of modern Wicca. After the birth of son Gabriel in 1973, Wescheke began to cut back on his public activities to concentrate more on family and business. Gabriel was raised in the Unitarian Church and, like his father, attended Babson College. He obtained a master's degree in publishing science from the Pace University, New York. He has since gone on to join his parents in Llewellyn Publishing. Wescheke moved from the Summit Avenue house to a place in the country separate from the business. He ended the festivals and closed the bookstore in order to focus his energies on building the publishing business. He also adopted Llewellyn as his middle name. The business grew, becoming Llewellyn Worldwide Limited, and is today one of the largest and most respected of New Age publishers in the world, and issuing approximately 100 new titles a year by the top authors in the field. So there you go. Now you know a little bit more about Llewellyn. Okay, Carl Llewellyn Wescheke. Isn't that interesting? I don't know if I'm saying that name correctly, but I'm trying, y'all. If I'm not saying it right, y'all can forgive me if you don't mind. So anyway, I wanted to share this with y'all because I found it pretty cool, because I know everybody's bought something from Llewellyn. And I thought, well, maybe you want to learn about the person that has Llewellyn. This started Llewellyn. Well, he's took over Llewellyn, I'll put it that way. So anyway, that's it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all in my next video. Y'all be well and be safe. Toodles.